This is a True Crime in Real Time update from True Crime Today and the Hidden Killers podcast.
New breaking developments are emerging from grand jury testimony against Sean Diddy Combs. A witness named Courtney Burgess stepped forward, making claims that, if proven true, could irrevocably alter the narrative surrounding one of the biggest names in entertainment. Burgess testified under oath, telling the grand jury that he once possessed a collection of sex tapes featuring Diddy and 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women. What makes these claims particularly shocking is his assertion that 2 to 3 of those individuals were minors at the time the footage was recorded. He stated that Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-partner who passed away in 2018, handed him these tapes before her death, seemingly as a form of insurance or perhaps a desperate act to expose the truth. Burgess' testimony didn't stop there. He elaborated on how the stars depicted in these videos appeared heavily intoxicated or otherwise incapacitated, emphasizing that they seemed to be victims, not perpetrators. This testimony has spurred an aggressive response from federal authorities. Homeland Security agents quickly became involved, subpoenaing Burgess to turn over all evidence, including the 11 flash drives allegedly containing this explosive footage. The gravity of the situation intensified as news of the subpoena and federal interest became public. Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, Burgess's attorney, confirmed that her client was cooperating fully and had already complied with investigators. She even went as far as to publicly assert that the videos undeniably exist and contain highly visible, easily identifiable individuals, some more high-profile than Diddy himself. Despite the apparent credibility boost provided by federal involvement, public opinion remains divided. Critics have raised questions about Burgess's motives, with some dismissing his claims as a desperate grab for attention or relevance. Even more damaging, Diddy's legal team has categorically denied the allegations, describing them as baseless and driven by a hunger for publicity. Yet, the mounting pressure cannot be ignored. The revelation that the Department of Homeland Security is actively pursuing evidence related to these accusations has lent weight to the claims, transforming what some initially saw as tabloid fodder into a serious federal investigation. The tapes are just one part of this tangled web. In his grand jury testimony, Burgess also mentioned being in possession of Kim Porter's unpublished writings, described as a memoir titled Kim's Lost Words: A Journey for Justice from the Other Side. The book, which was briefly listed on Amazon before being pulled at the request of Diddy's 7 children, allegedly contains damning accounts that implicate the mogul in various forms of abuse. According to Burgess, Porter's writings could serve as a crucial narrative, connecting many of the dots in this case. The public's reaction to these claims has been complex, with skepticism and outrage running in parallel. While some view Burgess as a whistleblower risking everything to bring forth the truth, others see him as a questionable figure whose involvement muddies the waters of an already chaotic legal saga. In addition to the chilling claims about the sex tapes, Burgess has described the celebrities involved as appearing under the influence, raising the disturbing question of consent and coercion. His lawyer, Ariel Mitchell-Kidd, has emphasized this angle, arguing that many of these individuals were victims in every sense of the word, manipulated and exploited. The psychological trauma endured by these alleged victims has also come to the forefront. Texas-based attorney Tony Busby, representing over 100 individuals, including minors, has stressed the emotional and mental impact of these crimes, calling for justice that transcends financial settlements or half-hearted apologies. Amid the escalating accusations, Diddy remains steadfast in his denials. Arrested in September on charges that include sex trafficking, racketeering, and prostitution, he currently sits in Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. His legal defense is robust and unyielding, dismissing the wave of allegations as coordinated attacks intended to bring down an influential figure. Diddy's not guilty plea was delivered confidently, and his lawyers have made it clear that they intend to fight every claim, labeling Burgess and other accusers as opportunists. The courtroom battle is slated to begin on May 5, 2025, setting the stage for what promises to be one of the most closely watched trials in recent memory. The case also raises broader cultural and legal questions. What does it mean when someone as influential as Diddy is accused of such heinous acts? How does society reconcile the star power and cultural contributions of celebrities with the potential for unimaginable crimes behind the scenes? These are questions that cannot be ignored, especially in a world still reckoning with the Me Too movement and the need for accountability, no matter how powerful the accused may be. The investigation isn't confined to criminal charges alone. The civil suits spearheaded by Tony Busby are multiplying, each one painting a more damning picture of systematic abuse and corruption. The stories shared by survivors are harrowing, yet they share a common theme: the abuse of power and the long-lasting damage it inflicts. As Diddy's defense team gears up for a battle that could last years, the focus remains on the victims and the pursuit of truth. The latest developments in the case against Sean Diddy Combs raise significant questions, not only about the nature of celebrity influence, but also about the justice system's handling of high-profile cases involving powerful figures. As we examine the testimony presented by Courtney Burgess, one thing becomes alarmingly clear: the gravity and scope of these allegations could redefine how society views the intersection of fame, power, and abuse. From my perspective, one of the most overlooked yet crucial elements in this case is the involvement of Homeland Security. The agency's decision to subpoena Burgess for his evidence implies that this is not just a headline-grabbing scandal, but a matter of national interest involving organized crime and exploitation at a federal level. This raises the stakes immensely. It's easy to get lost in the sensationalism surrounding celebrity scandals, but when a federal agency steps in, we're no longer dealing with mere accusations. We're talking about a systemic investigation. Equally unsettling is the psychological toll on those involved. The witness accounts, especially those implicating minors and vulnerable individuals, suggest a cycle of manipulation and control, exacerbated by the immense power wielded by Diddy and his associates. It prompts us to question, how does fame enable such behavior to go unchecked for so long? It's a haunting reality to consider, and one that begs for greater societal reflection on our hero worship culture. The allegations also force us to grapple with the credibility of witnesses like Burgess. Is he a whistleblower shedding light on hidden truths, or is he simply seeking fame and notoriety? While Diddy's legal team has been quick to paint him as a charlatan, the very fact that federal authorities are actively pursuing his claims lends some degree of legitimacy. But still, skepticism remains. In cases of this magnitude, the truth often lies buried beneath layers of power plays and public relations strategies. What strikes me as most critical is the question of justice for the victims. When celebrities are involved, the narrative can become skewed, and the true human impact of these crimes is often overshadowed by the spectacle. We must not lose sight of the survivors, the alleged victims who have been brave enough to come forward, and those whose stories may never be heard. It's their pain and trauma that should remain at the forefront of this case, no matter how influential the accused may be. As we continue to follow this unfolding legal drama, one cannot help but wonder, will justice be served, or will this become yet another story where power and influence overshadow accountability? It's a question worth pondering as we watch the proceedings unfold. That's all for now. We'll keep digging and getting you the facts. Thanks for listening. I'm Tony Brueski. Be sure to press subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates.
In a world where the darkest secrets lie just beneath the surface.
They said it was an accident, but the evidence says otherwise.
Where hidden killers roam, unnoticed, in the shadows.
I think you would definitely be looking at a blend of toxic, very bad narcissistic personality traits, and they will be vengeful and possibly resort to violence.
Join Tony Brueski as he uncovers the truth behind the most chilling cases.
They said it was an accident, but the evidence clearly says otherwise.
Each episode, we dig deep into the minds of those who commit the unthinkable.
To your point on narcissism, he thinks in his own mind how witty he is.
Yeah.
But he lost that jury. I was done with him in 2 minutes.
From unsolved mysteries to infamous crimes.
Geez, you've just talked about how you've taught yourself how to do everything under the sun. I bet you did a YouTube video, how to best kill somebody with a knife.
Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski takes you where few dare to go.
How does someone with such a dark secret go unnoticed for so long?
With multiple new episodes every single day.
We're not just telling stories, we're seeking justice.
Listen now on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski.